temperament is hot and dry. Anghuzeh is a medicinal plant that has many therapeutic benefits, and this herbal medicine is also used as food. The properties of Anghuzeh are very abundant, and it has many functions in modern herbal therapy and traditional medicine. Treatment of constipation, hysterical attacks, food digestion. Antimicrobial properties, anti-inflammatory properties, treatment of stomach fungal infections, treatment of tetanus, jaundice, ear pain relief. Toothache relief and vision enhancement are some of the properties of Anghuzeh. In the following, we will examine some of the properties of Anghuzeh. Stimulating properties for hair. Anghuzeh has a moisturizing property, and through having this property, it can be useful for dry and curly hair. Combine Anghuzeh, almond oil and yogurt and get a burly hair mask. Apply this hair mask on your hair and leave it on your head for an hour. After an hour, wash your hair with lukewarm water and rinse. Also, Anghuzeh strengthens the hair follicle and thus prevents hair loss and also restores hair. Anghuzeh also controls dandruff. Anghuzeh maintains the scalp surface and scalp pH. And considering that the scalp increases hair follicles and prevents hair loss. In addition to maintaining the pH of the scalp, Anghuzeh also protects it from oil, sweat and acne. So, despite all these features, Anghuzeh strengthens the overall hair, its texture and quality. Stimulating properties for the skin. Anghuzeh herbal medicine can increase and improve oxygen supply to the skin, and in this way, swimming helps to have a more radiant skin. For this, combine Anghuzeh with water and rose water and get a paste. You can also add a little sandalwood powder to this paste and apply the resulting paste on your skin regularly to see its wonderful effect. Homogenon is another property of Anghuzeh for the skin to help treat acne. This medicinal plant has anti-inflammatory properties and reduces acne production. Anghuzeh also has antibacterial properties and prevents the growth of pimples and acne. For this, mix rosewater and apply it on the target area. Treating insect bites and stings is one of the other properties of Anghuzeh. Anghuzeh plant is known as an antidote for insect bites. To treat insect bites and stings, mix this herbal medicine with apple and apply the resulting mixture on the target area. Anghuzeh can be used as a herbal medicine to treat skin allergies and corns. Arousal properties for women. The use of Anghuzeh immediately after childbirth helps women to avoid any infection. Among other properties of Anghuzeh for women is that it regulates the menstrual cycle and treats urinary secretions. The properties of Anghuzeh for the uterus are that the Anghuzeh plant stimulates the uterus and can relieve spasms. To treat excessive uterine secretions, mix Anghuzeh with pepper and eat the resulting combination. Anghuzeh has anti-contraceptive properties in such a way that if you consume half a gram of Anghuzeh gum daily for a week, it will temporarily prevent pregnancy. Stimulant properties for headache relief. Among other properties of Anghuzeh, we can mention its anti-inflammatory properties. With its anti-inflammatory properties, Anghuzeh can reduce the inflammation of the blood vessels in the head and in this way relieve the headache. To benefit from these properties of Anghuzeh, you can heat Anghuzeh with water and drink this solution several times a day. The properties of stimulation for menstruation. Another property of Anghuzeh is that it can relieve the pain and muscles of the flat stomach and back during menstruation. By affecting blood dilution and increasing secretion, Anghuzeh improves blood flow and thereby reduces menstrual pain. Stimulant properties for blood pressure. Anghuzeh contains coumarin, and coumarin improves blood flow and prevents clot formation. Anghuzeh can reduce blood pressure by diluting the blood. Stimulant properties for the stomach and digestive system. Among other properties of Anghuzeh, it can be mentioned that Anghuzeh is a stomach tonic and windbreaker. Treating gastric ulcer and relieving its pain are other properties of Anghuzeh for the stomach. One of the properties of Anghuzeh for the digestive system is to help treat digestive system disorders such as constipation, diarrhea, digestive ulcers such as stomach ulcers, flatulence, food poisoning and serious diseases of the digestive system such as colon cancer. Arousal properties to enhance impotence. Another property of arousal is to strengthen sexual power. To benefit from this property of Anghuzeh, fry 1/4 teaspoon of Anghuzeh with animal oil and add half a teaspoon of fig leaf extract to this mixture. Pour the resulting mixture on an unripe banana and eat this banana in the morning for 3 days. The properties of the stimulant for the teeth. Another property of Anghuzeh is to relieve toothache. For this purpose you should mix half a teaspoon or a small piece of Anghuzeh with a cup of water and boil it and rinse your mouth with it 2 or 3 times a day. Anghuzeh has antiseptic properties and eliminates bad breath. Place a piece of gauze softened with water in the cavity of the inflamed tooth and hold it as long as you can. And then rinse your mouth with warm water. Also, placing a piece of Anghuzeh on the tooth relieves toothache caused by tooth decay. Anghuzeh oil has various properties and uses. Anghuzeh oil can be used as a blood purifier. Anghuzeh oil is diuretic and nerve and lung stimulant. You can also use Anghuzeh oil and its properties to help treat intestinal disorders. Anghuzeh oil is used as a flavoring agent in cooking some special dishes. How to use the stimulant. How to use the stimulant. Anghuzeh plant can be used in different ways. There are 3 ways to use Anghuzeh plant: food, tincture and incense. Anghuzeh can be used in the form of powder, spice and oil in food preparation. Anghuzeh plant gum can be mixed with water or honey, pepper and olive oil and used. Another way to use Anghuzeh is to first separate the main part of the Anghuzeh stem and wash it well, and then boil and cook it together with water in a pot of water for 1 hour. After an hour, drain the cooked Anghuzeh and fry it in oil along with eggs, spices and salt. After roasting the Anghuzeh and egg well, add the rice to it and let it brew and then drink it. The use of Anghuzeh gum is the oral consumption of this plant. Disadvantages of stimulation. Disadvantages of stimulation. Anghuzeh is a rule-maker, and therefore the use of this medicinal plant during pregnancy may cause abortion, so it is better to avoid using Anghuzeh during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Among the other harms of excessive consumption of Anghuzeh, we can mention things like diarrhea, bloating, heartburn, headache, confusion, heartburn and seizures. Avoid taking this herbal medicine at the same time as anticoagulants because they may interact. The properties of Anghuzeh for slimming. The properties of Anghuzeh for slimming. Anghuzeh is one of the medicinal plants that helps in losing weight. Increasing the body's metabolism and improving food digestion is one of the properties of Anghuzeh. Anghuzeh can increase fat metabolism and cause weight loss and slimming, and at the same time it prevents the circulation and increase of LDL or bad cholesterol in the blood and prevents cardiovascular diseases.